Hello everyone and welcome to the show Real Talk with Kathy and Shania. I'm your host Kathy and I'm excited to have you join us today for an exciting episode titled Love or Entitlement. And this episode is brought to you by C1 Productions. But before we get started, let me introduce my co-host for today, Shania. How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you so much. Hello everyone.
Now let's get started. My co-host Shania is going to read the story for today. So take over.
Okay, so everyone meets Richard, a successful entrepreneur. His lifestyle attracted the attention of many, including a woman named Ava. They crossed paths at a glamorous art gallery. The spark grew between them and they started dating. Ava is a talented artist with dreams of making it big in the art world. She found herself drawn to Richard's world of luxury. She believed that being with a wealthy man like him would provide her with the financial stability she needed to pursue her passion without any worries. After 5 months of dating, Eva became increasingly comfortable with the lavish lifestyle Richard provided. However, her expectations grew, and she began to feel entitled to share of his wealth. Richard, on the other hand, struggled to understand why Eva felt this way. So I have a question for everyone in this call. Is it okay for one to be entitled to have a share of their partner's wealth? I'm going to start with you.
For me, it's not acceptable because um, technically you're still not married and you're in the dating phase. So you shouldn't be able to share finances during this time.
Okay, I'm going to go to Fritz. What about you?
I would agree with Mars. It's still too early to have that kind of share to one another.
And what about you, Daisy?
Yeah, I can.
So it's a yes or a no. Do you agree or don't you agree?
I agree.
And what about you, Kabiria?
Yeah, I think at 5 months and still dating, yeah, it would also be bad to like for her to look like a gold digger. She's just there for the money. I don't think
Okay,
it would be
what?
wise. Yeah.
Now, I have a
Okay.
question for you. Are you saying like, Fritz, I'm going to you. Do you give your girlfriend money? And
No,
don't get
no,
yourself
I
into
don't.
trouble. She's
I
listening.
do share it though, but
Ah,
we make sure that we don't demand it from one another.
Okay. And
gotcha.
Josh?
Yeah, I agree with that. You should not demand that. So same.
Okay. Okay, as
Not
for me,
demanding. You just
for me, it's I do not agree when it's during the dating phase for you to be entitled to your partner's wealth. And so I'm going to ask our beloved host Kathy, and she'll take it from there. Kathy, what's your opinion on that?
okay. I don't think you're supposed to ask for money. I think like you're not supposed to tell your partner, oh, you're in a dating phase and you're asking them for money. Wait until they give it to you. Don't ask. So I think you don't you reap where you sow. So you say your boyfriend is hardworking, he's getting this kind of money, and you as a girlfriend, you thinking that that's our money, because women have this slogan, your money is our money, my money is my money. So it's not. I don't agree with that. So you're not supposed to ask for money. Well, I'm going to ask the another question, and I'm going to come to you, Shania. According to Ava and Richard's story, do you think she should have a share of Richard's wealth?
I've said like it's a dating phase they're in right now, so I don't believe she should like have a share to his wealth. Yeah, so that's my answer.
But if it was you, would you want to have like little money from him?
Okay, I wouldn't be entitled to my partner's, okay, let my boyfriend's like money or anything unless he gives it to me himself, then it's okay. But
Oh,
like
you're
I
going
wouldn't
to
be able to have it.
but you
Yeah.
don't want his money. You don't want the share of yourself, but you're taking the money.
Yeah, I'll take the money if he gives it to me, but I won't demand it.
Okay. Well, what about you, Fritz? What do you think about that? Should Ava? The
Yeah,
money.
just like what I said, both parties' prerogative to share their wealth or share their finances, but it's in those early stages, I would say that it's also their prerogative to give what they want to give, or the amount, or what in whatever fashion they want it to give it. If there's a point that someone or either of the partner would demand or insist, then that could lead to a more toxic relationship.
Okay, if they ask you for money, are you going to call them gold diggers? I had someone said that earlier. Going to call them gold digger because they ask for money
Well,
in your
not that
relationship?
not that fast, because I also have to ask why they would be asking for money and what would be their purpose on asking. If it's gonna be something like an emergency or something essential or urgent, then definitely that's understandable. But if they're, for example, going to ask for
Okay.
I want to buy shoes or something luxurious, then
Kathy?
Okay, the emergency can be the nails, doing the
Yeah.
nails, the hair.
Yeah, and I have
You
something.
do?
I
Okay.
only
Go
believe
ahead.
like someone should not be entitled to your partner's wealth when maybe you guys are in a dating phase. But after marriage, like I believe Mikasa Sukasa. So like what belongs to me belongs to you, and your partner should have a share of everything you have.
Okay,
So
let's say you also have the money. Should he share your money, or your money is your money and his money is
okay,
our money?
okay, my future husband and my future kids like are okay to be entitled. It's okay if they're entitled to my wealth because everything that I'll be doing will be for them. Yeah, sure, they can be entitled to my
Yeah,
wealth.
that's cute.
that's so sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sharing. What about you, Josh?
What was the question again, Kathy?
Okay, according to the to our story, do you think Eva should have a share of Richard's wealth? Let's say you are Richard. Do you think Ava, your girlfriend, should have the share of your health after only dating for 5 months?
Well, it depends on the reason. Yeah. So if it's for luxury, you would doubt it. But if it's an important need, you would consider that. So it depends on the.
Maybe doing pedicure and manicure, would you still do it? You said important needs, right? The needs are also important.
Yeah. Why not? I'd share some if I
Wow,
really love the
that's
person, right?
amazing.
Yeah. Self-care. Why not?
Okay. What about you, Mas?
I don't agree that the man should share his wealth in the dating phase because I know men date for several reasons and they're not married yet. Like they reserve that kind of setup if they're already married. Like now they're having fun, they're getting to know each other. So I don't think you should share your wealth with your girlfriend. But if your girlfriend does have like a life and death situation, then you can probably chip in. But if it's for shopping and want, no, I think for me, as if I'm the man, it is a turn off for me. Like you can't afford to have to like pamper yourself or anything like that. It's like if we're going to be married, you're always ask money from me and you don't have your own like independence. It's kind of turn off for me. You can handle yourself like that if that's the case. So that's actually a sign to not pursue you anymore. That's just for me. I don't know with the other girls if that's a turn off or not.
Okay. What about you, Cubs? The question was, do you think Ava should have a share of Richard's wealth? Your thoughts?
I think that she's entitled to that.
Hold
The
on. You're the
reason-
one who said about gold digger something. So if
Yeah.
she comes and asks you for money, are you calling her the gold digger? She might be in need
No,
of that
if
money.
she's sick, she can ask. I'm not saying she shouldn't,
Mhm.
but she should not feel entitled to that money, right? Because I can say no and she can say no because that's at the dating stage, right? But if she feels entitled, like just because it's there, I think that's gonna be a flag for me. I'll be like, is she here for me? Is it really love, or is she
green or red? You know, we have 2 flags.
It will be definitely pink towards red.
Yeah, we do.
Okay, so if maybe your
Okay.
if your girlfriend asks money, like maybe they want to go, maybe do the hair, get some pedicure, manicure, is that wrong to ask your boyfriend for some money, like to go, like do something pretty, enhance your whatever? Is it bad?
It's okay to ask. In my opinion, she should ask, right? And we can agree about that. But if it's like every month I need to get my hair done and that's your bill, wait a minute. You're not here in my house, right? You're not even my wife. Let's go slowly and establish that as we are going.
Okay.
Okay, got you. So, saying if she asks you for money and you say no, she should not feel bad, right?
Yeah, she shouldn't feel bad. Yeah, because
But
I'll
most of them
do.
will
I'll
feel bad.
No, if we go out, right? I'm not a 50-50 guy. I'm if you go out, let me foot this bill. And if you take me out, yeah, you can treat me also, right? That should be the sentiment. It's not entitlement. It's let's do this, and I can definitely get you gifts and stuff. But she doesn't have at this time to know my bank balance. In Kenya, we talk about M-Pesa, right? She doesn't have access to that yet.
Josh, you look confused. What's up?
Just listening. I agree with that. Let her be
Sorry?
real, and in the process, you get to know her. You'll be asking, the reasons why. Maybe you'll make some better decision as you see how she behaves.
Okay. I have like the next question would be, what are some of the signs of someone who thinks they are entitled? So I'm going to read them one by one, and you're going to agree or disagree. Okay. The first one is they don't listen, like to anything you say. That is that like an entitlement or something? No one can jump
It's a
on
red flag. It's a
Oh,
red
that's-
flag.
Do you listen? Sometimes you don't want to listen to the other person who what they are saying. Do you? Have you ever find
Yes, I
yourself?
do listen. Yeah. If you don't listen, it's a toxic trait. It's like a
Yep.
narcissist trait.
Yeah, I also do believe that that is not a form of entitlement, but it's kind of a red flag when you don't listen to your partner.
And what if they come to you and tell you? They tell you, "I don't have the money right now, but I'm going to give you later." They don't want to hear that. They just want it right now. ASAP.
Okay, that's a form of entitlement of something that is not even there. Like you're demanding for money and already he has said he doesn't have it, so that's just wrong. Go
think
get your
that's-
own.
Probably look for a sugar daddy or something. If you want that, not a boyfriend, but a sugar daddy.
One ATM. ATMs
Okay.
have money all the time, right?
Calling the ATM a sugar daddy or something. If you're trying to go there, you might be arrested or something. If you don't have the card, why are you doing the ATM? So what about you, Fritz and Josh?
Go ahead, Josh.
Not listening, right, Kathy? Your question
Sorry?
was, what if the person isn't listening? Well, it depends on what you're saying.
Elaborate on that.
Yeah, right. If you're telling me something that I shouldn't be listening in the first place, it depends. So, yeah, it depends on what you're saying.
Can you give me an example of something that you don't want to listen to?
Like, is it a correction, something like that, or you're telling something?
I'm asking you, like, can you give like an example? You said something I don't want to listen. Like, what's that something you don't want to listen to? Asking for the girl asking for money? Just going to pretend you didn't hear?
She would just listen whenever there's money, something like that. Of course, you would.
Yeah, of course. If someone is talking about money, you're going to get all the attention. That's a fact.
Okay.
So where money is involved, you're going to get full attention.
Okay. Of course, you will have double thoughts with the relationship because it will. It seems like the person's just playing, taking advantage of you, right? So you would.
That's an advantage.
Sorry.
Is there ever a situation wherein you didn't listen to your other half?
Very much. Why are you asking? Josh or me?
I think he's asking Josh.
Oh,
Yeah,
Mars.
Josh.
Yeah.
Yeah, is there ever a situation wherein you didn't listen to your girlfriend?
You will always listen to the person that you value, right? Of course, you will
Yeah, but
listen.
because you said that it depends on what she's talking, so I wonder if
Yeah.
there's a scenario that you didn't listen.
How should I answer this? If you're being asked to do something that's wrong, of course, you won't pay attention. But if you're saying that she wanted to communicate, of course, you will listen, right? So yeah, depends
Okay.
on the conversation.
Yeah, I think like you should always listen to your significant other
Yes,
because you
so
may think whatever they're saying maybe is stupid, but for them maybe it may be important. So it just depends on your reaction to what they're saying. But you should handle them with care because you love them. You have to
yeah,
remember that.
always pay attention. Yeah.
Oh, Shania.
Yeah.
You're being sweet.
Okay, what about you? Yeah, she's being sweet today. I don't know
Yeah.
If
why.
Aaron is here, he will tell us. But she's single.
Mas, do you have to rub
Okay,
it in?
No, okay, the other one is okay. This I'm going to put it in love or entitlement because that's our topic. They think they are always right, love or entitlement. I don't expect you to all of you to agree on that.
We are saying, is it entitlement for someone? Is someone entitled when they are always right? When they think they're always right? Or question is,
Yeah. Or they think they're always. Is it love or entitlement? That's the question.
I don't think it's entitlement.
What do you think, Shani?
Yeah, some people just maybe
Is
they're
it
used
love?
to make for someone to think they're always rich. Okay, when you people are two, like you have your significant other, like Mas says, like you guys should be ready for compromise. Like I guess to hear each other out and to always consider your significant other's opinions when making decisions, like maybe that involve both of you. So I guess believing that you're always right may be a form of entitlement. But for someone who's single like me, my decisions are always right. I'd rather go with my own decisions than other people's because it's mine and I know what's best for me.
Okay, got you. Joash, you gave a big smile. What's your thoughts on that?
When a person thinks he or she's always right, something's wrong with that person because it would take humility to admit that there will be times you are wrong. And if you're in a relationship,
Hold
yeah,
on.
okay.
If you I get you, if you've done a mistake, right? And I caught you red-handed, are you going to agree you did that minute?
When I make
Admit
mistake,
your mistake.
and you
Are you
what?
to do that? Like, are you going to admit that you made that mistake? Like, right? That
When somebody tells me I'm wrong and I realize that I'm wrong, of course you're gonna admit it.
right that minute.
When I realize it's wrong, of course I would agree.
Okay,
Why
But
not?
what if you're not wrong?
you're a good person.
So you're just going to agree with
You
their
don't agree if
decision?
you find hard evidence you did that thing. You're not supposed to agree.
The thing is, if you are actually right all the time, it's not entitlement. You're actually right. There's that other side. So if
Yeah.
and they say this, by the way, they say this also about ladies. Women have a sixth sense, right? So if she says, hey, I don't think we should try that or invest there or do that thing, and it's the sixth sense, then it's probably gonna be right. So is she entitled? No, she's actually right. But even for me, if I make a choice and out of 10 choices, 9 are okay, and maybe number 10 was bad, I'm not entitled. I was actually right. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
let's not forget that there's a huge difference between being always right and thinking that you are always right. Like there's no results yet, or we're just talking about the potential of doing something, and you already think that let's take my way because I'm always right. So Yes, if you're right, then you're actually right. But if you think that you're gonna be always right, then I would say that's a bit. I'm gonna be worried if that's the case.
I think
I
that is
didn't
also
worried
case to
about.
case basis. Like, for example, if you're dating a younger person than you, probably they don't have much experience yet, and you're the one who's going to teach them. So, probably you're right most of the time. But if there's a time that you're in the wrong, then admit it. But if you don't, if you always stand your ground, you always insist that you're right, then probably that's an entitlement, and that's toxic also.
Okay. The other one is they continuously ignore the other people's boundaries and go over the line.
Yeah, I believe
Mars,
that's
I'm going
wrong.
to start with you. Hold on, Shania. She smiled when I said that. What are your thoughts?
Don't agree with that. It's a major turnoff. For me and Shania, we value our own space. If we're angry, if we're sad, we don't want someone else to talk to us or anything like that. We go somewhere else. We do something to cool off our heads, and the other person should respect that boundary.
Okay,
Yeah.
got you. Okay.
Yeah, I agree with Mas. I do value my boundaries and I also respect other people's boundaries. It's a turn off
Okay, I
when
have a question for you too.
okay.
Is clinging ignoring your significant other boundaries when you become more key?
Yeah, I don't like it when people are too clingy on my
Mm.
end. So,
And
yeah.
do you like it when you are clinging to someone else?
Okay, I don't believe I'm a clingy person. Like I said, I do give people their own personal space. So, yeah.
Okay, great. Is ignoring someone's boundaries entitlement or
Ignoring, if someone ignores someone's personal boundaries, then I would say it would be a form of entitlement, because if you do ignore personal boundaries, you really do not care. You would feel, or you would think that your emotions would be superior over someone's or another's emotions or space. So yes, I would say it could be a form of entitlement if you are ready and able and willing to step on others' personal boundaries.
oh, you're saying like if they feel like they have an entitlement to your personal space, right?
Because it's really still, it needs to be communicated between your partner or your boyfriend or girlfriend or spouse, or in any case, still should be communicated. And it's not something like you converse it, can I do this or can I do that? It's as you go along, as you spend more time with each other, you would be able to gauge and send signals, physical signals like physical touches and all that. And you would be able to gauge on how far is she willing to be touched or something like that, or me, as how far am I willing to be touched. So if you are just going to straight dive into whatever you want to do without caring about what he or she is going to feel, then that's definitely entitlement.
They should.
That could be
Are you saying they should ask their permission first when they want to touch you in your
yes,
face?
could be that's one way. That's one way. That's also being polite. Some people may find it awkward,
Okay. Hold on, Fritz.
but
Are you going to
that's
ask for permission to touch them? Are you also going to ask for
good.
permission?
No,
No, right?
I would not. But I would gauge it by eye contact, touch by hand. If I feel that she's not willing to touch my hand, then definitely I would not force it.
Okay. That's all about you, Josh. And that's
Yeah, in a relationship, it's important to acknowledge the other person's feelings. So asking the person if it's okay, for me, it's what it's supposed to be. Like, you need to make the person feel that you care for his or her feelings. So you don't have to force it, or have your own way, because having your own way, demanding your own what you want in a relationship, it will not work.
my way or the highway. You saying no to that?
Yeah, if she
What
get
about
offended too much, she can also accuse you of assault, if that would be the case.
What about you, Caps?
Yeah, I think actually the discussions reminded me about a TED talk I watched on marriage, and there's this old guy who does he studied like hundreds of marriages and divorces, and he said like those little things, like turning away from your significant other, like ignoring their advances, like ignoring their approaches to try and turn towards you, to influence you, even just to share moments together, that is a clear indicator of marriages that would break down, and they did break down. But for those people who are able like to actually just listen and pay attention and be accommodative, like when you're making an advance, those marriages lasted and were healthy, right? So it's those little tiny things that I think we are trying to say. Do they look like entitlement? This person doesn't want to listen. This person thinks they're always right, or this person, is interfering with my boundaries, is not being considerate of who I am and probably what I'm feeling at this time. I think those are things like will lead to a breakdown if we don't work through them and think through them, and pray through them also. So, yeah, I want to agree with him, and yeah, it would be good because I think the other challenge is this for many of us, we don't know how to be deeply loved. We don't. We struggle with that. We struggle with being deeply appreciated. Yeah, you're laughing. Why are you? We struggle with actually being like the center of someone's universe, man. Because we shouldn't be, but we try to put people there, and then they don't know how to receive love, how to reciprocate. And so marriage is really about that, and if we court well, we date well, we actually teach one another what it means to be deeply loved. Yeah.
That's great. I have another question for you guys. Shania, first, how do you think society pressure and expectation contribute to the belief that women are entitled to a man's wealth?
Okay, first of all, society views men as providers. Like I believe like the boy child has been they put a lot of pressure on them. They have to be the providers, the protectors. It's okay, but it's also not okay. It's okay when you have a family of your own. As a man, you have to be the provider, the protector, because is that what the Bible says? So yeah. But society, I believe it puts a lot of pressure on men.
Yeah, it does.
Doing that, some of them end up doing or engaging in some wrong lawful. They're always on the wrong side of the law because of the pressure that society expects them to be or do. So, yeah.
Okay, actually in Kenya, let's say you get divorced. There's this law, I think a new law or something. If you get divorced with with your partner, the share of wealth, you're going to take whatever you came in with, actually. So there's not 50-50. I have this amount of wealth, you're going to take 50. You're going with whatever you came with. If you came with plates, cups, you're taking them with you. If you didn't have any money, you don't have money in that relationship, you're not going to get a penny. So
how about if you have kids?
Yeah.
Is that the same situation?
I think that can be negotiated, but the money cannot go to the mother.
When you have kids here in Kenya, I guess you can go to
just going to the kid.
You go to the court, then you guys as parents are going to divide things amongst you. Who's going to pay who's going to take care of food, shelter, clothing? It's not necessarily when a couple splits. When the wife or the husband is wealthy, you have to take 50% of what they have. You just live with what you came with. So yeah, that's the law here.
Do you think it's fair?
Yeah, I do think it's fair.
I have only the gifts that the people gave me on my wedding day. They gave me cups, towels. So I'm just going to live with that only.
I don't think you even live with that because
yeah, that's not yours. That
Yeah.
was ours.
Yeah.
That was not given to you specifically. It was given to us.
Wait,
as a
are you going
mother.
to divide the
take
tower?
half the plate. Yes, take half the plate.
Ooh.
Go with half. And it's a
Okay.
cultural thing. It's a cultural thing because what they say, actually, a lot of ladies say in our context that his money is our money, but her money is her money, right? So my money is ours, but her money, that one is for all of us. So it's, I think you're saying it's unfair. Culturally, it leans so much on men.
Yeah, the culture does that a lot, especially here in Kenya. When that a woman, when she's married, like she must, like it's a must have that share, the share of that man's wealth. And if he doesn't agree to that, maybe they might divorce or something. But the society puts pressure on couples here. I don't know about you guys in Philippines. The society puts pressure on married people there about sharing wealth or something. Mas, Fritz, Joash.
I'm not
Anyone
married
can
yet.
you don't have to you don't have to say about marriage. Like
No
have you
pressure.
like seen an example or something? A situation? Not you necessarily. It can be someone else.
Based on my experience, it's a teamwork here in the Philippines. Like we have extended families, so all of the pressure doesn't rely on the husband alone. Like if you're supporting your extended family, it's like the money is being shared with two families, so it is less pressure, I think. Yeah, that's what normally happens here.
Good to be in Philippines then. Okay,
I would say there's still pressure though.
but you said no
Culturally,
earlier. Are you changing your answer? You said
I
no
did not say
earlier.
no. I did not say
You
no.
said that.
I just said that I'm not yet married, but there's still a pressure
Okay,
where
go ahead.
culturally, like what Mars said, that families of both parties expects a man to to be able to provide and to be doing all those masculine stuff or traditional stuff that he should be able to um be earning, or at least has some assets that he can offer to his potential bride. So at least now it's no longer like that, but there's still some waves, or like a generational aspects of that. So there's still pressure, but it's not the too much right now.
Okay, so do you guys in the Philippines like pay for dowry before getting married?
Not necessarily, but it's not like dowry, but you have to like flex, let me say, flex your assets to the family. Like, I'm working in this company and I have my own car and I live in this
Josh.
place or something like that.
Families like
What's up with the
mostly
biceps? Oh, Josh.
on the right side, like they want to know if you are able and capable to take care of their child. Yeah.
They would want to, but it's not required to like make a down payment to
Yeah.
get the girl. You just have to flex it. And if they believe it enough that you have those things, and if you really do have those things, then definitely you're good to go for the family.
So yeah, in Kenya,
Generally,
like if you want them to believe you have that, like you are capable of taking care of them, you just have to pay the dowry. So yeah.
And you're going to pay the amount they have written on paper. If it's $1 million Kenyan shillings or $1 million, you're going to pay that. If not, you're not going to marry that person.
I don't
It
know about
might be
Joash.
of
How did he
reserve
flex
one.
his masculinity? About Joash, I want to know about
Well,
Joash's flex.
we don't have, there's a subculture here in the Philippines, the Filipino Chinese. They still practice a bit of that, to show their ability to produce wealth and, to provide. But generally, Filipinos, as long as you can be trustworthy, like when you say something and you do it, not necessarily financially, but they see the discipline, they see how you do well with relationships. You could win the in-laws over, and it's actually up to the person. And when the person, when the others, when other a person in the marriage would say yes, both of them, really, it's a partnership. I agree with Merce. And even if the woman needed to work, she will work. But the ideal setup is the man is the main breadwinner, and if there's a case, for the woman to work, it's welcome to participate, but it's not a demand. It depends on the relationship, but generally, it's still the man who does most of the provision.
You know
Okay.
what? Sometimes it's sad because some other Filipino guys doesn't have work at all, and if they got their girlfriend pregnant, then we have no choice but put them together. No dowry at all. No job, no flex.
So maybe
Okay.
Mercy to have those dowry stuff, maybe just for a change.
Okay. I come back to love. Does falling in love obligate a person to share their wealth with their partner? Love. Does love like obligate a person to share their wealth with their partner? I'm going to you first, Shania.
I believe when people are are in love, like they tend to do things like spoil their significant others. So yeah,
Promises.
promise.
You
Like
know,
I
the
I
moon.
think when you are just in love, like you just want to spoil them, give them gifts, give them money, like make them
But
happy.
here's the thing:
Mhm.
if you give me money for the first time, I would say thank you. You give me the second time, I would say thank you. You give me the money the third time, I'll say okay, this is how we're going to do it. You give me the money the fourth time, I'm going to feel that you're entitled to give me that money daily or on a
Yeah.
daily basis
Okay.
or a monthly basis.
Okay. So as for men, I think like when like you are using your finances to get a woman, make sure you never run out of money because you know how you got her in the first place. So some people like okay, you get a woman and then you start complaining like she wants money. Like you already like made her
You did
think
that yourself.
that yourself. So I don't see the need of complaining. So if you want to bag a woman, like to get a woman using cash, make sure you never run out of
Do
it.
it.
Cool. Mm-hmm.
Because if you run off it, they go to the next person. So,
How about a credit
so
card?
Okay, if you
you
want
need to
to
share even
give
the
her,
passwords.
it's a problem.
If you show them the credit card, they're going just to take the card and go to go do shopping. So, the first you created the first what do you call it? Like you've shown them that I'm going to be giving you money, 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 money. You already built that, so I don't know if you're going to destroy it anytime soon, just because you
You
only
set the
showed her that
standard.
this money.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
so don't call her entitled when she asks for more because you made her like think it's a normal thing, like to always receive cash. So yeah.
I think there's a bit of, let me just say it because I believe it, even though it's a bit controversial. We focus so much on falling in love, and people do fall in love. You chemicals all over the place. There's a hormonal imbalance happening, and you are madly attracted to this person. That doesn't last. And the Bible would encourage us to grow in love, right? And love because love gives. So I'm not going to be just like giving just because I'm head over heels. I just met this girl. She's hot as heaven, and I'm just throwing everything I can at her. You know what I'm saying? The point I think should be if we are going to grow in love, let me be intentional in giving and building this person, right? So the focus is not just
But
on my
you
wallet, on
you
the
said
whole person.
growing in love, right? But you already made her
Yeah,
to
that's
grow in money,
better.
so I don't think that can change. She's growing in money. Just chop the money.
And money grows wings and it can take off, right? So then what happens when we go broke? So
She's
I
going
think
to
that's where
leave.
we
Yeah, that's why I'm saying don't show her that that's the only thing like you can offer her. when the relationship is beginning. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
it tends to
but
attract the wrong kind of person.
But what if you're just doing it for, I won't say love, you're just doing it to make them happy or something? Is it bad?
I think it would be a good test. It would be a really good test. Like here what we do is, if you find a really nice girl, don't take her to the best hotel. Start with the really, really roadside level, okay? Call them kibanda. You take them to
The
a
local
roadside
name.
cafe. Exactly. Eat there and see if she can eat there. If she can eat there, she's okay. Then we can continue. But if she says she can never eat there, nice street food and clean street food, I'm not saying dirty one, then you already know, oh, this person is here just to eat me and eat my money, right? So that way you know what to do.
But Kabiria, like it also depends with the standards. There are some people like you can't take them, women you can't take them like to cheap restaurants. So you have to go for people who meet your standards. Like you can't find like a woman
Yeah.
who's wealthy. She has her life figured out. Like she knows what she wants, and then you want to take her like to a local restaurant. When she even goes to the most expensive restaurants
I think
to
he
have
would go alone.
yeah. So you just have to find someone who meets your standards in order to do that. But some of them really don't care. So continue.
If she really loves me, if she's really interested, I think it's very possible for her to at least accommodate me. And then next time she tell me, you know what, that place, oh, it was so hot. Please, can we go to a different place? Because love is about giving. So she'll accept my influence and I also accept her influence. That way we can grow together. But if she
So you're
starts
just
by
doing that
saying
to
my
test them.
dowry is 1 million, yeah, it's a test. It's an exam. If she says dowry 1 million, oh, we know where we are going. Not the father, not the grandfather. Her, she has said my dowry starts with 1 million.
But she's not the one who
You
said
know
the
what we are
dowry.
aiming
No, she's not the one who said the dowry to that 1 million forever. It's her family. Do you?
And she's the same person that can influence that. She's the same one. She'll say, you know what, this guy, I really love you. Please don't harass
We are
him.
getting rich.
He doesn't have 1 million. Yeah, he doesn't have 1 million right now. Or even if he does, let's use that 1 million to start our life together, right? Instead of you take all this 1 million and then the guy will still be.
Are you going to convince Kenyans with that? I don't think
Yeah, I
so.
actually don't believe in dowries. We exchange for cows. It's weird. But it's
He is saying that the person who's there during your worst moments deserves to be in your best moments.
So all of you are saying like, if you're in love, you're not entitled to someone's wealth, right? Okay. Josh, do you have what to say? Do you have words to add on that? You look very curious. You want to say something?
Yeah, am I the only one married in here? Cabs, are you
Me as
married?
well.
Oh yeah, okay. I agree with Cabs. No, it's really the focus is really on building the person up and giving, because when you do, it's gonna be beautiful. It's not toxic. It's not demanding, draining the person financially, emotionally. There's a kind of sacrifice in a relationship that when you do that, the effect would be double. So when you show love and when you see that the person was loved, you will be feeling the feeling of love is it goes when you know that the person that you love, when you sacrifice with the person, it doesn't feel like it's taking away from you, but it's like you have a love bank that goes up when you see the person's love bank goes up. So there's that kind of dynamics in a relationship, right, Cabs? You're ready, Cabs.
Yes.
You're ready.
And amen.
You're preaching now?
Yes.
But I have a question before you. So why do men like normally don't go for the women they struggled with when they had nothing? Because you find when most of them become successful, they'll go for women who are like have higher standards. So why do you want me like to suffer with you, testing me? Okay, I'm with you, now you're suffering. Then when now you're blessed, you go for another person. So I'm just sorry, but I'm not willing to struggle. Okay, I am willing to struggle with someone, but not in that sense that after some time, like after you struggle, you're going for someone else. So just reach your standard, then we'll meet up there.
Okay, if they go for someone else, they never loved you from the start. You were just keeping them company to get what they wanted.
Yeah.
Okay, I think we're out of time. So any last word to them and entitlement couples? Let's start with you, Shania. Then we go to Fritz. Okay.
Yeah, I don't have much to say about that. I've already given my opinion, so I just give a shout out to my family and friends.
Fritz?
Shout out to my family as well, very supportive, and also to my girlfriend Wella, who's listening in right now. Shout out to you.
Also, shout out to my family and friends and to everyone who's watching this episode.
Josh?
Shout out to my lovely wife who's always supported of all the things I do.
Yeah,
Okay.
thank you for having me. Big shout out to yes, my number one and our daughter. And yeah, thank you for having me. Let's grow in love more than we fall in love.
Amen, brother. Amen.
I'm going to
Amen.
disagree on you in that.
Preach
Let's
it.
grow in money and grow in love. Okay, go ahead. What are you saying? What were you saying? I'm just giving my thoughts. Grow in love, grow in money, grow in love. I'm going to start with money first. Grow in love, grow in money, grow in love. That's my thought. Okay, thank you guys for joining us on Real Talk with Kathy and Shania. And that's a wrap up for today's episode. And we can't wait to have you for another exciting episode. So until next time, goodbye.